The French president, Emmanuel Macron, has been forced to make a move after the military junta in Niger ordered the swift removal of the French troops from their territory. The junta had previously given the French ambassador 48 hours to leave the country, which wasn't respected. Paris has been condemning the coup in Niger while backing its puppet, Bazoum. The French had previously claimed that they do not recognize the current junta and that they have no authority to request the removal of French troops in Niger, who had been stationed to fight jihadists in the Sahel. Now, Paris is set to reduce its military presence in Niger. However, France will maintain an autonomous force in Niger. France retains the right to autonomous maneuvers. France is preparing to withdraw most of its drones and aerial reconnaissance assets from Niger, as reported by French media outlet France 24. It went further to mention that some of the resources were no longer needed because the French army was there to carry out anti-terrorist operations. This is no longer a problem, so the French have to reduce the troops there. However, Paris maintains the right to carry out attacks and defensive maneuvers autonomously, with some French soldiers remaining on site. The description of autonomous maneuvers and autonomous force seems unclear and problematic, and the junta will most likely fight back. Even at this point, the French officials claim that the talks to withdraw French troops from Niger are being held with Niger's regular army officers and not the junta. There have been recent reports that more French troops will be deployed to Chad, where tensions have started rising too. A French nurse shot and killed a Chadian soldier, sparking protests in the Fayette area of Chad. There's been a wave of anti-France protests in Africa recently, and the Niger junta wants the complete removal of the 1,500 French troops in Niger.
So it is all very clear right now that France will begin pulling out their troops from Niger and letting the Nigerians handle their country the way they want to handle it. This news has come as a surprise to most of us because we all thought that France would not pull out their troops because they have always argued that they were not going to pull out their troops no matter what the military juntas in Niger were saying. So we don't know what might have transpired behind the scenes, but they have decided to pull out their troops, which is something we all welcome. I just have to say this right. The French have always claimed to be helping Africa. The French have always claimed to be supporting these countries in the Sahel. So it's strange to all of us that when these countries ask them to leave, they don't want to go. For example, you said that you're helping somebody, right? You're helping somebody fight an insurgency group, that your motive of staying in that country isn't for yourself, but it is to help the country fight whatever they are fighting or handle whatever security challenges they are facing. Then when the country said that we don't want you to stay anymore, we can handle things our own way, and that you should go, and then you say that no, you're not going to leave because you have interest in the country, that you don't want it to be threatened, or better still, you don't acknowledge or recognize the current government in place. And many people are like, what is really going on here? But the thing that everyone is appreciating is that finally they have decided that they are going to go, which is very important, right? And talking about aid, when they said that they were not going to give aid anymore to Niger because there's a military junta in place in Niger, so you're not going to give them any support anymore. And I have to say something about this so-called aid, right? I believe that aids and handouts really do not serve any purpose. Because if you look throughout Africa, right, if aids and donations and support were to be what that lift the Africans out of poverty, wouldn't that be achieved by now? Wouldn't that be done already? Wouldn't Africa be like financially successful? But you can see how they are still out there begging for every single thing. They are begging for food, they are begging for infrastructure, they are begging for loans, and so on and so forth. Africa hasn't gone anywhere irrespective of the amount of aid that has been thrown on them. I believe that Africa should be left alone to handle their own problems by themselves. There are a lot of challenges that Africa is facing, that is for sure. Africa has challenges to overcome. But I do not think that it is a place of the foreigners to come and start telling them what to do. Let the Africans figure this thing out themselves. I think the Africans stand the better chance of solving out their own issue by themselves. Like the interim leader of Burkina Faso said, poverty and insurgency are intertwined. When people are poor, when people are jobless, when people have nothing to eat, when people have nowhere to live, they are very open to extremist ideas. In order for us to really fight these insurgency groups, these extremist ideas in Africa, we must be able to provide local Africans with good quality jobs and quality education. That is the only way we will be able to defeat all these extremist groups in Africa. But you guys out there, share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. What is your take on the French decision to pull out of Niger? Do you think that it was high time they pull out, or do you think that them pulling out of Niger only creates a security vacuum that these insurgency groups will have to fill in? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, do not forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because little bit of good way, like the one you're doing just now, help us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.